Nobody expected Jamie Dornan to arrive at the London Film Gala with a smile so bright it practically lit up the red carpet. He wasn't just cheerful, he looked transformed, almost weightless, as if he were carrying the biggest secret of his life. Paparazzi instantly sensed something unusual. Jamie wasn't known for showing this level of unfiltered joy in public. When he paused for photos, running a hand through his hair with a grin he couldn't hide, rumors began swirling within minutes. The first real clue came when a sharp-eyed photographer zoomed in on Jamie's wrist. Under the sleeve of his tailored navy suit, a small silver bracelet glimmered in the spotlight, engraved with the words, "Baby number 4." The photographer posted the shot online with no caption, and the image exploded across social media in seconds. Fans gasped, shouted, celebrated, and demanded confirmation all at once. Speculation turned into fevered excitement as people began refreshing their feeds non-stop. Is Amelia pregnant again? Is Jamie hinting something? Why would he wear that publicly? Theories flooded TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Some fans insisted the bracelet was a personal joke. Others were convinced it was Jamie's way of announcing the news without saying a word. The internet had no idea how right they were. As the evening continued, Jamie walked through the venue greeting colleagues, but nothing could wipe the enormous smile off his face. Even when he tried to act composed, the happiness slipped through. His eyes shimmered, his cheeks lifted uncontrollably, and he kept touching the bracelet as if reminding himself it was real. People who spoke with him backstage said he radiated excitement so intense it felt contagious. "I've never seen Jamie like this," one producer whispered. Then came the moment that sent the entire entertainment world into meltdown. Outside the event, Amelia Warner appeared briefly to join Jamie for a private dinner after his red carpet duties. Dressed in a soft, flowing coat, she walked slowly, her expression calm but glowing. As she turned slightly toward the photographers, the gentle curve of her belly became visible, subtle, delicate, but unmistakably real. The flash of cameras intensified instantly, accompanied by gasps and shouts. The internet exploded in celebration. Fans posted crying emojis, heart emojis, and endless congratulations. News outlets rushed to publish breaking alerts confirming the sighting. "Baby number 4 for Jamie and Amelia" became the top trending headline across multiple countries. People began revisiting old interviews, pointing out hints they had missed. Jamie's recent comments about wanting a fuller home, Amelia's quiet absence from events, and their children's excited behavior in recent paparazzi shots. But while the world screamed, Jamie himself remained in a state of stunned, overflowing joy. Someone backstage recorded him in a candid moment, leaning against a wall, hands in his pockets, smiling so widely it looked like he might burst. In the clip, he spoke to a close friend who had come to congratulate him. His voice was soft but full of emotion as he said, "I've been waiting for this moment again. You have no idea." And then the clip cut off. That unfinished sentence ignited a new wave of curiosity. What did he mean, again? Had they been trying for a long time? Was this baby unexpected? Was it a miracle after a difficult period? Fans began piecing together timelines, searching for clues about when Amelia might have found out and how long they had kept it private. Inside the event, witnesses shared even more emotional details. They said that when Jamie checked his phone and saw Amelia had arrived outside, he excused himself mid-conversation with a director. He practically sprinted toward the exit, not caring about protocol or cameras. When he reached her, he hugged her with a tenderness that made onlookers pause in awe, one arm around her shoulders, one hand instinctively protecting her stomach. Everything about his behavior confirmed what fans suspected. This wasn't ordinary joy. This was life-changing, overwhelming happiness, the kind that breaks through even the most private person. As the night drew to a close, Jamie and Amelia left the venue hand in hand, followed by cheers, flashing lights, and a sense of magic in the air. Jamie opened the car door for her, helped her inside, and gave one last wave to the crowd, his smile brighter than any spotlight in London. And at that moment, one truth was undeniable. Jamie Dornan wasn't just joyful. He was transformed, because baby number 4 had already become the greatest chapter of his life. The full story behind Jamie's overwhelming joy didn't come from a press release or a formal announcement. It came from a close family friend who couldn't stay silent after seeing the internet erupt in celebration. According to them, this pregnancy was not just happy news. It was a miracle the Dornan family had quietly prayed for. Jamie and Amelia had faced months of uncertainty, doctor visits, and emotional conversations behind closed doors. Baby number 4 wasn't simply expected. It was deeply hoped for. When the unedited version of the backstage clip leaked, Jamie's unfinished words suddenly made sense. After saying, "I've been waiting for this moment again," he continued with a trembling voice, "because I wasn't sure we'd ever experience it." The friend standing beside him pulled him into a brief hug, and Jamie blinked rapidly, fighting back tears. It was the kind of raw emotion he had never revealed to cameras, and never intended to. Days before the public found out, Jamie had confided in a trusted colleague on set. He explained that he and Amelia had worried their family was complete, not by choice, but by nature. Doctors had told them the chances of having another child were slim due to complications Amelia faced after their third pregnancy. Jamie accepted the news quietly, hiding his heartbreak behind interviews and red carpets. But hope, he later admitted, had never fully left him. Amelia, too, struggled with the emotional weight of the situation. According to another friend, she had moments of guilt, fearing Jamie longed for something she couldn't give him. Yet Jamie always reassured her gently, telling her that their 3 daughters were more than enough and that his love for their family was complete no matter what. That reassurance made the discovery of baby number 4 even more meaningful for her. When Amelia found out she was pregnant again, she reportedly sat on the bathroom floor in shock for nearly 20 minutes. Her hands shook as she held the test, staring at the result through tears she didn't realize were falling. Jamie was in the kitchen making coffee when she walked in silently, holding the test behind her back. When she handed it to him without speaking, he froze, eyes widening, mouth parting in disbelief, before breaking into the most emotional laugh she had ever heard from him. Jamie cried first. Amelia cried next. And then they just held each other, overwhelmed and grateful. The friend who witnessed part of the moment said Jamie kept repeating the same phrase. "Thank you, thank you, thank you," as if afraid the blessing would disappear if he let go. He didn't sleep at all that night, not out of anxiety, but out of pure joy, lying awake beside Amelia as if memorizing every second. When fans saw photos of Jamie glowing on the red carpet, they didn't know the full emotional weight behind that smile. They didn't know he had cried in his dressing room earlier that day, whispering to himself that life had given him a gift he never dared expect. They didn't know the bracelet engraved, "Baby number 4, had been a special surprise from Amelia, something she gave him as a quiet reminder of their miracle. Inside the gala, Jamie couldn't stop touching the bracelet, not to show off, but to ground himself in an emotion so big it felt unreal. Several industry friends reported that Jamie hugged almost everyone he spoke to that night. He was overflowing with a gratitude he didn't know how to contain. And every time he mentioned the baby, even cryptically, his voice softened. As for Amelia, her calm but glowing appearance outside the venue wasn't just a confirmation of the pregnancy. It was a reflection of the peace she finally felt. For months, she and Jamie had carried fear and uncertainty. Now, for the first time in a long time, they could breathe. They could celebrate. They could dream again. The night ended with one final emotional moment captured by a paparazzi photographer. Jamie and Amelia stood beside their car for a few seconds before leaving. Jamie placed both hands gently on her stomach, leaned down, and kissed her forehead with tenderness that radiated even through blurry camera lenses. Amelia smiled, a small, serene smile that said everything. As the car pulled away, Jamie looked out the window for a split second, still wearing the bracelet that announced their greatest news. His expression wasn't just joyful, it was transformed, peaceful, full of purpose. For Jamie Dornan, baby number 4 wasn't just another child. It was hope restored, fear defeated, and a blessing he once thought impossible. And for the world watching, it became the most beautiful chapter of his story yet.